Hello, welcome everyone to today's new broker webinar. Refresher course on you'll be able to meet our underwriters and learn the lines of business we write. You can just get started here on Toscano.com. I always tell everyone save it as one of your favorites. We use a lot. If you look at the control panel, you will see handouts, new broker webinar key contact, which will be all the presenters today, and also the underwriting teams for each department. And if you can right now, I know some of you that are on the webinar, if you can test out the chat, the questions, if you could type something in there, we get one of the attendees to do that. You see on your board, and see if we can have someone type in a question, or just type in. I just typed in hello to everybody. See if that's working for you. All right, Derek, thank you. We got the hi. I don't have a question yet. That's right. Well, we appreciate that. We're going to get this started. I'm going to turn it over to Melissa Tressler in our information technology. She's going to be in the mission control, showing you how to navigate through our website. Melissa, all you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad you're able to join us for the webinar today. I'm going to show you the website so you're more familiar with it, as the website is your tool to use 24/7. When Toscano is not available, perhaps on an evening or a weekend where you're working, you still have access to all the wonderful tools through Toscano's website. So when you go to Toscano.com, you land on our marketing page where you can see unique recently bound risks. It'll scroll through. You can get information on the history of Toscano Agency. You also have different marketing advertisements that you can pull up and see. So let's say you wanted to start marketing student housing. You have a nice flyer to pass out to your staff and say, okay, we're going to start marketing student housing. This is the information you want to reach out to Toscano for every student housing that you have come across your desk. So there's a lot of things on our marketing side of the website that you might want to take a look at, browse around. I'm going to now log in to the toolbox area and show you what you have available as an agent signed in. Now the website has a great area for new business because we have a wonderful online rating where you can go into the raters. You can then filter down commercial, personal. You can type in any kind of keyword. It'll filter it down for you. You have the ability to create favorite raters that you often use. You have some that say phone quote, some are web quotes, some are online submissions. So take a good look at that. That'll help you when you're trying to rate or submit something. On the toolbox itself, for a customer service rep, we have a wonderful feature in the My Accounts policies. You'll see the list of your Toscano policies in this area where you can quickly find whichever policy you're looking for. Once you click on the policy number, you have access to all of the policy information. You can see the limits and premium, just recaps that for you. There's an accounting tab where you can see all billing transactions and you can actually make a payment. You see the schedule. So of course, this is a commercial auto example. So of course, you see the vehicles and the drivers. You can issue your certificates of insurance right on our website. There's a documents tab that would show you all documents, invoices, policies. Every document issued on this particular policy line would show there. So as you can see, you can submit a request. There's lots of things your customer service reps can do on our website. You also have the ability to see your expirations that are coming up. Here's your expirations. There's a wonderful accounting area for anyone in your accounting department to make payments online. They can sign up for direct bill commission to be automatically deposited into your account, as well as agency bill credit balances. We have 3 different levels of authority. We have a user, a manager who gets into the accounting area, and then we have an administrator level. This is the admin area located under the welcome, and here's where you can add staff, delete staff, give them their own login, correct any information that might be incorrect in our system. For example, maybe you no longer use a PO box, or any changes you need to make for the agency, you can handle that right in our admin area. There's a lot more to our website, and once a month, it's the second Tuesday of every month, I have a webinar that goes over all the tools available, and you can sign up for any webinar in the toolbox on the lower left-hand side under events. So I'm going to turn over to Dina Pappas. Dina is a wonderful underwriter, and Dina, take it away.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today, and thanks for the nice intro, Melissa. Yes, I'm Dina Pappas, and I'm a proud member of the Casualty, Professional, and Work Comp team. We have 5 underwriters and 5 underwriting assistants. The underwriters are responsible for the new business production, and our assistants handle the renewals and service the existing accounts. Risks that do not fit one of our other 3 commercial departments typically come to us. We really get the opportunity to see and work on some really unusual risks. From the casualty side, we handle the tougher and larger general liability risks. We write tougher contracting risks like demolition work, machinery and equipment repair, oil and gas, alarm installers, and GCs that subcontract most or all of the work. We handle manufacturing risks that come in all types, sizes, and shapes. We can do light hazard manufacturing like bottled barbecue sauces or handmade soaps. We also have markets for some difficult product liability exposures like cosmetics, nutraceuticals, which would be your vitamins and herb supplements, auto parts, non-invasive medical equipment, metal, plastic, wood or rubber goods, and machine parts. Again, from the GL side, we can look at various service and premises risks like security guards, private detectives, hunt clubs, shelters, halfway houses, animal shelters, amusement centers, and contractors' equipment rental. We handle both supported and unsupported excess and umbrella for a myriad of types of risks. We even have a market to consider a project-specific excess for a contractor that needs higher limits for just one job. Our casualty underwriters write some marine exposures like marinas or boat repair. I actually just wrote a barge operation last week. Global package policies for companies that have foreign product sales or just a business trip overseas. And we're also doing aviation liability. Drones are the new big thing, and we have been writing a good amount of aviation policies for those. We can entertain your environmental and energy risks. Environmental consultants, soil and water sampling, mold or asbestos remediation, fire and water restoration contractors, oil and gas field service contractors, pipeline contractors, lease operators, and site pollution for manufacturing risks, underground or above ground storage tanks, just to name a few things. We write a substantial amount of contractor pollution liability and transportation pollution liability. More and more mainstream contractors are being required by contract to carry pollution coverage. The same goes for truckers hauling hazardous or non-hazardous materials. We have a substantial book of transportation pollution for the truckers hauling clean or the frack water for the oil and gas industries. Now, on to professional liability. We can write professional liability for lawyers, architects, engineers, dentists, chiropractors, and physical therapists, among others. We write errors and omissions coverage for a multitude of types of risks, including real estate agents, insurance agents, consultants, technology risks, home inspectors, claim adjusters, travel agents, notaries, property managers, and public officials. Nonprofit D&O coverage is a big line for us as well as employment practices liability. We can also look at for-profit or corporate D&O coverage. We have markets for cyber liability, data breach, network security, as well as markets for media liability. The arena we call allied medical or allied healthcare is a very strong area for us. The types of accounts that fall within allied med are home healthcare, Medi-Spa, personal care homes, assisted living facilities, ambulance and non-emergency transport, social workers, personal trainers, behavioral therapists, medical labs, and group homes for the mentally or physically disabled. These risks are typically written on a combination general and professional liability policy. With the aging of the baby boomer generation, we see and write a lot of home health care agencies, many of them being startups. They can be skilled care or non-skilled companion care. Another big trend is that of beauty salons expanding their services to include things like dermabrasion, laser treatment, permanent makeup, and microblading. We can help with those. Last but not least, our department handles most of the non-transportation related workers' compensation insurance. We can help on risks that have been in the state fund for a few years, someone with a debit mod due to one large loss, some new ventures, and established businesses that are maybe hiring employees for the first time. The types of work comp risks we can look at are too numerous to mention at this time, but please give one of us a call. And please give us a call with your next tough, weird, or unusual risk. We love the challenge. And I'll hand it off to Jamie of our small business unit.
Hi, my name is Jamie Wilcox. I am one of the underwriters in the small business unit. The other two underwriters in our department are Nicole Beaver and Jeanette Hrabick, and our assistant is April Hill. We work on your small contractors, your 1 or 2 man roofers, carpenters, plumbers, and remodelers. We also will write your vacants, $500,000 in building value limits or lower. Both of the contractor and the vacants have a rater on our website that you can use. The contractor rater is currently for PA only contractors, but the vacant rater is multi-state. If you use either one of those raters, then you can either get a presentable quote right then and there that is bindable. You just have to send the bind request in to us. However, if there's anything that triggers it to be that we need to take a look at, it will be submitted to one of the underwriters, and then we will get it right back to you after we review, or we will send an email with some more questions. SBU will also write your special events. We have 5Ks, weddings, graduation parties, bridal showers, gun bashes are just a few examples. Our bread and butter would be our daycares and our beauty salons. We can write in-home and commercial daycare and beauty salons with tanning on a BOP form. The daycares will start at a minimum premium at $500, and the beauty salons can actually start at a minimum premium of $350. Our beauty salons that we do would be your run-of-the-mill. You do your nails, your hair. You'll have your tanning beds. When anything that has the microblading, as Dina mentioned, would end up going over to our casualty team. But even if they have the microblading, you can start with us, and we'll direct you to the right place. The BOPs for both the daycares and the beauty salons do include professional coverage as well. One of the other big hitters for our department is the tattoo class. We can offer general liability, professional liability, abuse and molestation, and assault and battery starting at a minimum premium of $600 in a non-admitted market. We also have a chat feature on our website that if you have questions, you just type it in and you'll get either Nicole, Jeanette, or myself to either answer your question or direct you to the right place. That would be a good overview here for our small business unit, and I am now going to pass you over to Michelle Morton.
Hello, my name is Michelle Morton, and I am representing the property, package, liquor, and hospitality team. Underwriters on this team include Joanne Leonard, Marcia Novak, Terry Masaryk, Lily Toscano, and Dea Bradley. In this department, we see a lot of bars, taverns, restaurants, nightclubs, fraternal and social clubs. We can look at anything from low to high liquor receipts, entertainment such as DJs and bands. We've got the restaurant application on our website, or we can usually quote from a competitor's, or if your standard market has an application that you are used to completing, we can usually quote from that. We can also quote liquor liability only on a monoline basis. If your markets can do the BOP or the package and you just need the liquor piece, we can certainly help you out with that. We can write buildings on a 0% coinsurance basis. If your client is purchasing a building at a very good price and it's not going to meet 80% coinsurance for replacement costs or even ACV, we can quote it and write it for you on a 0% coinsurance basis for what they purchased it for without them having to suffer any coinsurance penalties. We love vacants. Send us your vacants. This is a very strong class for us. The package department typically writes the commercial vacants that are valued over $500,000. Our small business unit, as Jamie says, will do the smaller commercial and the residential vacants. We can do rehab projects. We've even quoted structural renovations as long as a structural engineer has signed off on it and the contractors have their own liability coverage, we can take a look at the structural renovation projects as well. Again, builder's risks, we love those also, the commercial builder's risks. We can package in the premises liability with most of our carriers, so that's something to keep in mind as well, or we can just do the monoline inland marine builder's risk for you. Most of our companies want to see the ground up construction. We do get calls from time to time. It's already started and they just now are realizing they need the insurance. We can look at that. We have some markets that will look at that, but we will ask some more information based on prior start. The convenience stores, we've got plenty of markets for the 24/7. We've got a market that will rate on pumps rather than gallons, and oftentimes that makes them very competitive. We've got coastal markets. We can look at New Jersey and New York right up to the water. We can look at some Florida. It is a little bit tougher for us to get wind in Florida, but we do have some markets that will look in Florida. Habitational, we've got plenty of markets for. We've got Millers in some states, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maryland, and we've got markets to consider student housing and subsidized housing in any state. And we can even look at protection class 9 and 10. Lesser's risk only, we can look at just about any lesser's risk only in any state. The tenant just has to carry their own coverage and name are insured as additional insured, but we can take a look at pretty much any of those. Hotels and motels, we can look at the more difficult ones with the exterior entrances that the standard market typically does not like. So we can take a look at those. If they've got a restaurant inside, we have no problem with that either. We can do the Airbnbs, the bed and breakfasts, and the short-term vacation homes. Large property, we've got markets that can entertain the higher limits, and we've got markets that can do the excess property also. So if we need to layer to get to the limit we need, we've got the capability to do that. Cannabis, our markets are pretty much getting into the cannabis industry. We can look at growers, processors, distributors, and retailers. In the marine and ocean marine, we've got markets to take a look at that. The warehouse legal, the Bailey's, contractors equipment, fine arts, scheduled equipment, and we've got markets to do livestock and mortality. For ocean marine, we can look at the ocean cargo, the marinas, the hull, and the P&I. The marinas operators legal liability. So please feel free to give me a call or any of the underwriters on the package team a call. We would love to hear from you. And I'm going to pass this off to Nadine Rosensteel and our personal lines team.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nadine Rosensteel. I'm the manager of the personal lines department. My other team members are Judy Britton, Deb Belcher, and Carrie Bush. There are underwriters in the personal lines team, and the assistants are Danielle Heisong, Amy Papuga, and Ellie Murphy. One of our lines that I'm very passionate about is a personal umbrella. I think that's something every single person should have, especially after I had kids. I have an 11-year-old and a 12-year-old, and the things they post sometimes on Instagram really scares me. They have, no intentions of being mean, but people take things the wrong way sometimes, and thank goodness I have an umbrella. Premiums can be as low as $125 for $1 million worth of coverage. We have a comparative rater we've developed in-house. It gives you 3 companies. You enter the information one time, and it gives you the premiums of USLI, RLI, and Hudson. I have a monthly webinar. Each is about the middle of the month. You'll see an email come from me, and I'll be hosting on how to do this comparative umbrella rater. So look for that. With the umbrella product, there's a lot of misconceptions sometimes that we can't do LLCs and estates. Absolutely, we can do that. We can do risks that are in trusts. We can do LLCs, trusts, estates. The one big thing is that the underlying form has to be on a personal umbrella form. So if you have properties that are on a commercial form, we cannot include those on a personal umbrella. Of course, we can do those in our commercial department. If you have one particular dwelling that a rental dwelling that needs excess coverage, we can do an excess CPL on that. So look for us for the WebEx. It's a really something quick. It's maybe like 20-30 minutes. Our other line of business that is really big for us is the homeowners and dwelling fire. We have a submit system. I don't know about you, but my handwriting is absolutely horrid, and I cannot stand writing out apps. So this is a system that you enter in all of the information that we need to quote, and we'll return a quote with you with one of our companies. We have several admitted companies. Our biggest one in PA is Philadelphia Contribution Ship. It's very competitive. The limits are, you can get $1 million limits up to on the liability. You get $1 million limits up on the dwelling fire. We are able to write in 22 states in our dwelling fire and our homeowners. Not all are admitted markets. We have some surplus lines for some of those. We're also able to do coastal and seasonal business. We are able to offer wind for those coastal, especially in Florida, we can offer wind. We're able to do log homes, homes that are in LLCs or trusts. We're able to do the HomeAway, people that list their rentals on HomeAway or VRBO. We are able to do lapse in coverages, and if you have that aggressive dog, so we're able to look at those also. Lastly, I wanted to tell you about it's spring, although in Pennsylvania, I don't know where you live, but in Pennsylvania, the weather hasn't been very spring-like. We had snow a few days ago, but it is motorcycle season. So keep us in mind for those. We're able to do ATVs and golf carts even. Our biggest line for that is American Modern. We also have Aegis, however, they don't offer the higher limits. American Modern on their program, they offer year-long replacement cost on that motorcycle for a unit that's 2 years or younger. So that's a really nice coverage without replacement costs. So that's about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My email address is nadine@toscano.com, or you can call at any time, or any of our underwriters. So thank you so much, and I'm going to pass it off to Matt Barbera in our trucking department.
Thanks, Nadine. Hi, I'm Matt Barbera. I'm an underwriter in the commercial auto team, along with Janice Lautner, Kelly Steffi, and Misty Burns. Here at Toscano, we're known to write primarily non-standard market items. We're strong in local and intermediate risks, and we have a few competitive markets for long haul as well. We can do risks with just about any number of units. All 4 underwriters can help you on risks with 1 to 4 units. Kelly and Janice will help you on the risks with 5 or more. So our appetite is broader than most. There's really no type of commercial auto risk that we won't take a look at. We can help on business auto risks like contractors, Ubers, snowplows, medical transport, or large truck tractor fleets, dump trucks, coal trucks, and Amazon delivery. And as far as the states we write in, we've developed our base over the years here in Pennsylvania, so we have a lot of options here. But in recent years, we've expanded to just about every state in the region, and on some level, even further. Our markets for auto liability are Eastern Atlantic, National Casualty, NICO, Canal, Nationwide E&S, and Carolina Casualty. We're Eastern Atlantic's exclusive representative in Pennsylvania and Maryland. They're an extremely competitive market, truck for hire market on the local and intermediate risks up to about 600 miles. They're looking for experienced, cleaner risks, and when they are willing to throw their hat into the ring, we have a very high success rate with them. National Casualty is another competitive market that we work with here in Pennsylvania and also Maryland and Ohio. They're strong with the local and intermediate risks, and they are looking for experienced risks as well. We work with NICO on non-fleet risks in Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, and Virginia. For fleets, we can access them in any state that we're licensed in. NICO will look at just about any type of risk. We write a lot of premium with them, and most of our competitors have access to them as well. The advantage of coming to us for access with NICO is the relationship that we've developed with our underwriters over the years, and the fact that you're going to get a risk that is accurately underwritten before you present a quote to your customer. Canal is a market that we've picked up in the last year. They specialize in long haul risks with 1 to 2 consecutive years of coverage in place. We have access to them in all states except New York, New Jersey, and a few states in the deep south like Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi. They've also opened us up to certain long haul new ventures as well, and we're excited about that. We have access to Nationwide E&S for Harrier risks with 5 or more units. Their premium starts at $50,000. We also have access to Carolina Casualty for fleets with 11 or more units. We have a special program with Rock Hill Insurance for fuel distribution risks. This isn't available to us in Pennsylvania, but just about any other non-coastal state that we're licensed in. Kelly and Misty are your contacts for this program. We can also help you on a variety of other coverages like monoline physical damage, cargo, livestock, truckers work comp, excess, truckers GL. We have a couple of different Lloyd's markets. We can access Great American, Hartford, Evanston, Seneca, Penn America, multiple brokerage markets. So these are just the broad strokes of what we do in auto. We have a very broad appetite, and we like to talk on the phone. So if you have anything on the commercial auto side, please feel free to give us a call. Now I'm going to hand the baton back off to Jeremy.
Oh, thanks a lot, Matt, and all the presenters, taking time out of your day. I just want to thank everybody for attending. Again, you could see, call us. We're here, we're at our phone, and if you call any of them and it's a different department, we will warm transfer you over to the next department. We're here to help you out, help you write business. If you're successful, we're successful, and hopefully, we get this ball rolling. Again, thank you a lot, and if you guys need anything, give us a call.